Hello, parents and guardians. This is my weekly update to you. I apologize for missing a week, but we wanted to make sure that we had something to tell you. And you know that we have gone to our hybrid model and we also have virtual students. But nothing has changed the way that I open my messages. And I want to begin by asking you to remain safe because COVID 19 is still running rampant. We know that with the changing of weather and people being inside together increases the risk for transmission. So please be careful. This past week in Pike County, we've had 20 new cases. Fortunately, we have had no additional deaths. But when we look across the state of Mississippi during this week, we had one day we had a high total of 1,000 new cases, and during this week in Mississippi we've had 73 additional deaths. So please remain safe. Don't think that just because we're back in school that it is over. It is not. And speaking of us being back in school, this is our second week of hybrid instruction. We have students coming on A day and B days. And our second week of hybrid instruction, we have had a person identified as a positive case at Higgins, and that positive person has been in contact with some of our scholars. As a result, we have had to quarantine 3 of our 4th grade classes at Higgins. They'll be quarantined for 14 days. That would be a total of 59 scholars, and 4 teachers will be in quarantine for 14 days. Please know that we have followed all of the safety guidelines that have been told to us by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Mississippi State Department of Health, and also in our return to school plan. Unfortunately, there are some things that we can't control, but we are doing everything in our power to make sure that we mitigate anything in our buildings so that we can be as safe as possible. During this quarantine, the scholars will receive their instruction virtually during this time frame. All parents of those scholars, they've been notified via phone on yesterday, and they will be provided with a COVID-19 close contact letter. I will keep you informed on a weekly basis regarding COVID-19 cases in the Macomb School District. So you can expect to receive something from me, from the school district, on a weekly basis, updating you on where we are regarding COVID-19 cases in the district. Now that we go into this hybrid model, it is very important that our scholars attend school, that they attend school every day, hybrid or virtually, and that they are there on time. Our elementary schools, Kennedy, Otkin, Summit, and Higgins Middle, instruction begins at 7:30 and it ends at 1:30 every day. Please make sure that your scholars are on time every day for instruction, whether they are there on their A day or their B day, or whether they're piping into the school virtually. Make sure that they're on time and make sure that they attend school every day. Our secondary schools, Denman Junior High School and Macomb High School, they begin at 9 o'clock a.m. and they end at 3 o'clock p.m. Just like our elementary schools, we want to make sure that our secondary students are on time every day, that they attend school every day. We have been out of school for a while. We know that in March, we did not return for spring break, and from March until the end of the school year, our students were without high quality instruction. Even during the summer, we provided some virtual learning for some of our scholars during the summer. We have provided virtual learning to our scholars up until the time that they came back on a hybrid piece. And so we want to make sure that those scholars are there every day. If they're virtual scholars, we want to make sure that they log in every day, because we are aware that there was some learning loss. So parents, Please help us in making sure that our scholars attend school every day, that they're on time, and even if they are virtual scholars, that they pipe in and they log into the classroom every day. This is very important. If you have any issues or concerns regarding hybrid or virtual learning, make sure that you contact the principal at the school. That principal or someone at that school will be able to direct you to the right person to answer your issue or your concern. We are still trying to make sure that we solidify our bus routes for transportation, so please bear with us. There will be some consistency in pickup and drop off times. We have been doing this for 2 weeks now. This is our second week, and we think that we have those times somewhat consistent now. But if you have any questions regarding bus transportation, please reach out to the bus barn. Ms. Patricia Dillon is our transportation director, and she will be able to help you with any concerns that you may have. One of the things that we're going to do is that now that we are back in school on a hybrid piece, please know that your first line of contact should be the school. There should be a lot of information, much information coming from the schools. So I know that I have been updating you on a weekly basis, but I just want to let you know that if for some strange reason I don't appear before you 1 week, then there should be information that's coming from the school. But I'm going to try to make sure that if not every week, then every other week, that I come before you to give you an update on what's happening in our schools. We're going to try to put a frequently asked questions section on our website. So any questions that parents have asked and we have answered those questions, we're going to try to put those on our website so that you can go there first if you have a concern or if you have an issue, to see if we have already addressed that based upon another parent's request or concern. So please look at that. We've not developed it yet, but that will be coming. It is homecoming week, and we have a homecoming game this evening. We host Raymond. Please come out to support our Tigers. Please also come out to support the homecoming court. It is a good time to come out to support our mighty Tigers and the homecoming court. Please be aware that there is a limit, a 50% capacity limit for our football game. So if you've not already received your ticket, please get there early so that you can get your ticket and you can cheer our Tigers on to a victory this evening. Please be safe, wear your mask, make sure you properly socially distant, and we will have a good time. Make sure that you remain safe over the weekend. Make sure that your scholars remain safe over the weekend. Make sure that you know where they are going so that you can keep track of what they're doing. If your children are sick or appear to be sick, please make sure that you notify the school first. We want to make sure that everybody is safe. So please do that for us. That is all I have for you right now. I want you to have a great weekend. And if I don't see you next week, I will see you very soon. Have a great weekend.